Hello everyone, STEM. Uh, we are now in second quarter and our first lesson is all about the electronic structure of the atom. So when we say electronic structure, we will be focusing about the electrons in an atom. And as uh, we discussed in our previous discussions, electrons or the number of electrons is equal to the number of protons in an atom, or should I say the atomic number. For example, if our element is oxygen, oxygen has an atomic number of 8. Therefore, it has a number of electron which is 8 and also number of proton which is also 8. And take note that in here, we will be focusing on the number of electrons. Okay, so next, before we proceed to the proper discussion, let's have a simple focus on what we know electronic configuration. So this one, we will be using the number of electrons, which is also your atomic number. Um, there is a mnemonic used to distribute the number of electrons in an atom, wherein we have the SPD. Okay, so this S is also known as sharp, wherein it can only hold two electrons. Then we have also P, which is also known as the principal. This one has six. Next is we have the D, which is the diffuse. We have here 10 electrons. And the last one is the fundamental, which can hold 14 electrons. So you must always remember about this S, P, D, and F. So this one are the different things that you should know in electronic configuration. Now let us proceed to a simple example. But before that, uh, there is a mnemonic, as I've said, that is used to distribute the electron. So for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Okay, so we have here 1s2, 2s2, 3s2, 4s2, 5s2, 6s2, and 7s2. Next, we have 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p, 6p, 7p. Then, as I've said, the principal can only hold 6. So, let's put that 6. Next is we have 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, and 7D. So, D is diffuse, can only hold 10 electrons. So, we have to put 10, D10, and D10. The last one is F. For F, 5F, 6F, then 7F. F can only hold 14. So, hanggang 14 lang. Hindi pwedeng lumampas. Okay, then you should use the pattern. So, we have 1S, 2, 2S2, then 2P6, 3S2, 3P6, 4S2, 3D10, 4P6, 5S2, 4d10, 5p6, 6s2, 4f14, 5d10, 6p6, 7s2, 6d10, 5f14, then 7p6, 6f14, 7d10, and the last one is 7f14. So you must follow the pattern. And do not worry, this pattern is present in your periodic table, which can be seen at the um, bottom part or bottom right side of your periodic table. Okay, you must be familiar with it even without your periodic table so that you will be able to answer it uh, neatly and correctly. Okay, so this one is the electronic distribution, mnemonic or electronic configuration. Now, let's have a simple example. Okay, so for example, let's have here lithium. So lithium has three atomic number. Therefore, it has also three electrons. Okay, so if we were able to get the electronic configuration, we will just follow this electronic configuration. Okay, so first one is 1s2. So this means that the two there, we only have two electrons. So we still need one electron to make it 3. So next, for 1s2 is the 2s. So we have to write 2s, but we just only need one electron, therefore we should write 1 there. So we have 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 electron. Therefore, 3 and 3 are the same. Okay, next example is let's have um, oxygen. Oxygen has 8 electrons. Okay, so we have 1s2, 2s2. Next is 2p. Okay, next is 2p6. But if you, as you can see, 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 6, that is 10. We only need 8 electrons. Therefore, we will change the 6 there into, or how many electrons do we need to have? 4. So 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 4 is 8. Therefore, we have 8 electrons. 8 and 8 is the same. Okay, so that is what we call electronic configuration. Okay, next is we have here what we call the quantum numbers. Okay, so when we say quantum numbers, these are used to describe an electron in an orbit or atomic orbital. So in here, there is a greatest probability of finding the electron in an atom. So these quantum numbers has four types. The first one is what we call the principal quantum number. So principal quantum number is represented by a small letter n. So this principal quantum number, this is the first quantum number that is described by its electron shell. Okay, so when we say electron shell, if you I remember in the electronic configuration, those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We call this one as the principal quantum number. Okay, it ranges from 1 to 7. So, for example, if the electron shell is 2s2, therefore the principal quantum number or n is equal to this one, 2. So, we call that one as principal quantum number. So, take note that the quantum number or principal quantum number describes the energy of an electron and the most probable distance of an electron from the nucleus. So that is the principal quantum number. Number two, we also have the azimuthal quantum number. So this is also known as the angular or orbital quantum number. So it describes the subshell and give the magnitude of the orbital angular momentum through the relation. This is represented by a small letter L. And take note that the L value ranges from 0 to n minus 1. Okay? So each orbital has a corresponding azimuthal quantum number. So let's have this one. We have the orbitals S, P, D, and F. Okay? So as you can see, we have the range, which is 0 to n minus 1. So we have here S orbital, the L is equivalent to 0. P orbital, L is equivalent to 1. D orbital, L is equivalent to 2. And the F orbital, L is equivalent to 3. So for example, we have here 2s2. Okay, so our ender is 2. Then our L will be what? So as you can see, we have here S. Therefore, the L is equivalent to 0. Okay, so that is what we call the azimuthal quantum number. Another example, if we have 4p5, we have where n is equal to 4 and L is equal to p and p is equal to 1 azimuthal quantum number. So that is what meant by azimuthal quantum number. Next, number 3. So number 3, we also have the magnetic quantum number. Okay, so the magnetic quantum number describes the energy levels available within the subshell and yields the projection of the orbital angular momentum along and its specified axis. So it was represented by ML. Okay, so in here, ML ranges from negative to L with integer steps between them. Between them. Okay. For example, let's have an example. Okay, so we have n 1, 2, 3, 4. Supposedly, these are the orbital, or those are the principal quantum numbers. Then we have the azimuthal, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Then let's have the ml. So if the L is equal to 0, therefore ml will also be equal to 0. Then next, if this one, we have here 1, therefore we start from negative 1, 0, positive 1. Here, we have here 2, we have negative 2, negative 1, 0, positive 1, and also positive 2. And the last one, we have 3, we have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. Therefore, the ML must be related to the L or to the azimuthal. Magnetic must be related to the azimuthal quantum number. So that's it. Okay. Next, the last one, we also have the that is number 4, spin projection quantum number. So this is spin projection quantum number. This is an intrinsic angular momentum of the electrons within that orbital and gives the projection of the spin angular momentum along its specified axis. So this one is represented by ms. Okay, in here we are just dealing with positive one half and also the negative one half. So this is the spin projection quantum. Or simply, if you were able to write, um, let's have oxygen. Okay, oxygen has 8. So electronic configuration of oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, and 2p4. So our basis there is the last one. Okay, P can only hold 6 electrons. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, let me repeat it. Okay, P can only hold 6 electrons. Okay, so and in each shell there is 2 electrons, but in writing here you must follow first the ruling up, occupy all boxes upward first, then next will be the downward one. So we have here 1, 2, 3, then 4. 4 because we only have the 4 as the last electrons. Therefore, the last arrow that I have put is downward. And downward signifies that it is negative. Okay, so we have negative 1 half for oxygen. So that is the way in finding the um, spin projection quantum number. Okay, so let's have an example in all of the different quantum numbers. Let's have F. So F, or we have the fluorine. The symbol of fluorine is F, and fluorine has an atomic number of 9. Therefore, fluorine has 9 electrons. So, first step is you write the electronic configuration. Okay, so we have the 1s2, 2s2, then 2p5. And you take a look at the last electron distribution. Okay, there's. So this will be your basis in finding your n. N is equal to this one, the principal one. So we have there 2. Next is L. Your basis is that one, P, and P is equal to 1. Next is your ML. Your basis is that one, therefore, so we have positive, and start in negative. So we have negative 1, 0, positive 1. Then, next is your MS. So for the MS, you will just focus on P. P has 3 shells. So we have there to write 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the last arrow I put is downward, therefore it has negative 1 half. So this will be the complete answer for fluorine or quantum number for fluorine. Okay? Okay. Another one, if you were able to get the um, individual magnetic quantum number, you will just follow. So we mark this one negative 1, 0, positive 1. And if you take a look to the last arrow, it was placed in the 0. Therefore, we can have the answer 0 for the ML. Okay? As simple as that. So the final answer will be N is 2, L is 1, ML is 0, then MS is negative 1. Ha. Let's have another example. So let's have iron. Iron has a 26 electron. Okay, so let's have the electronic configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d6. So if you add them all, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10 plus 2, 12 plus 6, 18 plus 2, 20. So that is 26 electrons. So same sila. Okay, so you need to find the last one. Our basis is 3d6. So we have 3d6. So our n is this one, 3. Then L is D. So D, S is 0, P is 1, D is 2, F is 3 for the L. So D is 2. Then next is our ML. So we start with negative 2, negative 1, 0, positive 1, then positive 2. Then for our MS is D. So it can only hold 10. 10 divided by 2. So we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have there 6. 6 electrons only. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have this one. Downward means negative 1 half. And if we were able to label this one, this will become -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. So our final ML is -2. So meaning our final answer is N is equal to 3, L is equal to 2, ML is equal to -2, then MS is equal to -1/2. So that's it. Okay, so is it clear? Okay, the last example. What if we have 4F, 4F5? Okay, 4F5, N is equivalent to 4. Next, L is equivalent to, okay, very good, 3. Shortcut is you will just subtract 1 to the principal quantum number equals 3. Okay, so that they will you will get the azimuthal quantum number. So that is the shortcut in finding the L. Next is we have the ML. ML is -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, and +3. Then our MS, F can hold 14. So 14 divided by 2, that is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we only need 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is upward, therefore that is +1/2. And our final ML will be, let's mark it -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3. So we have the +1. Yan. So our final answers will become N equals 4, L equals 3, ML equals +1, then MS equals +1/2. So that's it. I hope you learn well STEM. Thank you for listening and uh, see you. God bless.